Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and episode number 25 of our Ar-Âdunâim campaign. We were quite busy in the last episode. We took Serelond over here. We also took Ostithil, and we took Sturlurtsakand. So we took 3 settlements. Some of them feels a bit safer than others. Sturlurtsakand, for example, in theory, feels safe. The problem is I don't really know what's hiding out here in the shadows or in the fog, whatever we want to call it. So I will need to send Min Luben out to do some scouting as much as possible, at least, so we can get a heads up when Khan decides to strike back. We will also be sending quite a few trashy reinforcements just to make sure they are as safe as possible. When it comes to Ostithil, that doesn't really feel very safe either, because we took it because we didn't want to fight either of these armies, basically. First, we just saw Borniven here, and although it is half a stack, a little bit more than half a stack, it's still they'd still have some Ithilien Rangers, and all of these question marks might very well be Fountain Guard, for all I know. But then we sent up Captain Gimilthon just to scout a smidge, and he saw Halven, who has a pretty scary army, actually. 2 units of Gondor pikemen, some Gondor spearmen. He has Fountain Guards. He also, like Gondor, usually actually 2 Gondor spearmen, yeah. And as Gondor seeks to do quite a lot during this campaign, they also have quite a bit of artillery. So it will be a struggle keeping Ostithil, but of course we will do the best we can with what we got, as usual. We also learned, when I took Serelond, I just pushed that army forward. I am contemplating sending some corsairs along for the ride, but maybe not. I figured, why the hell not just push for Kirithior? It looked pretty weak right now, and if we sack the settlement, we should be able to keep them happy enough. If not, we will just have to move up our capital a little bit, because right now it's at Gobelmirlond, and we could, for example, put it at Gobel Tolfalas. That should also help a bit with the corruption in this end, but that, of course, will also be at the cost of Sia Khan and Sturlurtsakand. Both of them might be a bit pissy with us. We also have a fun little side project to just sending trash to basically take Anulond and Tharagrondost, so they're on their way. We dropped off some higher tier stuff. With higher tier, I mean like tier 1 units. We could actually place some more units on there, but I think this should be good enough. So we have some units in Lond Galen, some in this fort, and some trashy corsairs in Settlond. And that's basically our western front. I would very much like to be able to capture all these 3 regions, so then we just don't need to worry about that as much anymore. But I can put all of my resources into taking Minas Tirith, Osgiliath, east and western, also Karandros, and I think there should be another Gondorian settlement around here somewhere. We also learned that the ring is in Hobbiton, which sucks a little bit, because first it was just hanging out in Mithlond, and I plan to build an army in Umbar to sail up there, just easy peasy, crush the settlement, get the ring, and then sail back. But now we might have to go to war with the entirety of Eriador, basically, with only Angmar fighting our enemies up here. So we'll see how we go about that. First of all, I want to take out Gondor, and we'll have to see just where the ring moves. If it moves to Imladris, for example, then it will be even worse, because we will have basically no connection to water, unless we start just taking settlements up here. And yeah, it's gonna be a hassle for sure, and it might not be as quick of a campaign as one might have hoped. We have technically won it with the 20 regions, but I do want to give the ring to Sauron before we call it quits on this campaign. And with that, I think that was enough of an intro. We are still pushing hard on military, getting a lot of trashy troops recruited. But I guess it's still better than... We just need to keep our foot on the gas, basically, to keep whittling down Gondor. If we look at the rankings, they have dropped quite significantly in the overall ranking. also dropped a bit on military, but you can see the thin white line here. They are starting to bounce back, which is a bit scary. Production-wise, they're also plummeting. Territories, they're also plummeting, but they still have like 10 territories. Maybe they've taken some more settlements in the war against Isengard, so they have a bunch of armies and stuff up here. I don't really know. Past Kirithur. And finances, yeah, they are doing as well as they've ever done, despite me taking a bunch of their settlements. So they aren't really spending more than they get in. So I guess that's good for them. We will keep massing up armies here in Karasas, trying to get as many elite units as possible. And then we will siege Minas Tirith with our elites, and then maybe send a lesser army to lay siege to Western Osgiliath, and then the lesser army can maybe take Western Osgiliath, push through and take Eastern, and then we should be done on this side. They can still technically attack either one of them, but then we should just have the settlement over here, and Karandros and Minas Tirith left, hopefully. So I am contemplating sending my more elite army that I'm building down here in Umbar to, instead of go for the ring at Mithlond, send them towards Minas Tirith, for example. And then the units that are currently in Karasast can take Western Osgiliath, or vice versa, either way around. But it just feels like a waste having this army down here when I know that Mithlond is no longer in the cards, but rather it might be a much more drawn out process. Yeah, it's gonna be a hoot. But now we will be ending the turn to see what, basically what Gondor and Khand decides to do, what they decide to do here at Ostithil. I would like to get a far withdrawal with these seafarers, so we don't lose them unnecessarily. They are still quite expensive, although they're only at a little less than half strength or half strength. But I think I would like them in Ostithil. So we're gonna end the turn and see what happens in this one. Also, I hope everyone is doing alright. We have another beautiful day in Sweden, but it's late afternoon and it's still quite cold, although the sun has been shining all day, and that's the thing with the northern wind. Okay, we have an Gondorian army there as well. The axes bite, so Dunland is not doing very well. The Dunlandings have refused to give in quietly to their demise and have formed into a mighty host of many wars. Okay, so Dunland is not doing well. Merchants Guild in Serelond. Let's take that, because I don't plan on losing Serelond anytime soon. Gondor weekend. Does this mean that they get a doomstack? Wait. These are dark times indeed for the free peoples, and a sign of strength for the shadow. Hell yeah, buddy. As the forces of darkness are bold enough and strong enough to encroach upon the Gondorian heartland, the river Anduin sweeps away the masses of Gondorian dead. The blood turns the river a deep red. The Pelennor is shaken and cracked, and all about the green fields of Gondor lie the shafts of arrows and bolts of ballistae. If the tide of battle does not change in Gondor's favor, the glorious kingdom may be lost forever. And if Gondor falls, who will stand against the darkness of the east? There is no standing against the darkness of the east, and we will not destroy the world. We will enrich it with the true Númenórean heritage that we bring. Nice. Okay, so some Gondorian armies actually pulled back. I'm thinking about, where did they go? Let's just put you in the fort for now, free upkeep and whatnot. And here, I would like to get some stuff. Mason's Guildhouse would be great, but I think we need to go for Sanctuary first and foremost to help some culture growth. And then I would like the, I think, High Palace right after that, but it would be great to get the Mason's Guildhouse first. First things first, let's start with the culture. And I would also like to get spies, but since this is a stronghold, we cannot actually recruit any spies here. And we can't destroy any more buildings either. We still have these pretty healthy armies at Haldanur and Tirethraid, because Khand keeps just massing up armies at Imlad Karnan, and I do not want to leave these settlements undefended, so I will still need to waste a bunch of resources having almost full stacks in these settlements. You start moving up to Ostithil. And let's see. When can actually retrain both of you. That is great. Let's do the messages first so I know what I'm working with. Aldemir got the Númenórean cohort that will be moving towards Umbar right away. Obel Mirlond, you got a bunch of stuff, didn't you? Yep, you did. Sure did. And they will all be moving towards Adanur first and foremost, and then via that road over to Ostithil. Great. And then to Dolamroth, yeah, Baradharn also got a lot of basic stuff that will be moving straight for Hadanur and then north for Ostithil. Let's not spend the money on the archers quite yet. We can also upgrade it, which is beautiful. Dolamroth, Númenórean Shield Guard. Let's get elites everywhere we can. Retrain both of you as well. And build stuff here. Sweet. Conscription camp. I'm actually thinking about getting a conscription camp as well as the next level of that, but I will show you that later. Dolamroth Tirithoros got a bunch of stuff that we are moving east. Could also get some more of these just early tier stuff. Keep our foot on the gas. But I will want to focus a little bit on building first and foremost. Fanulond also got some units trained, and they have a long queue of buildings. Linhir also built some stuff, getting the Númenórean shield guards, which is swell. And Stulursa Khan, you got a spy that will help with the culture, and I'm very happy about that, of course. And we will keep on upgrading troops here, because I think they get an armor upgrade or such, which is very welcome indeed. We're also working on militia garrisons and all of these things, just to help with the corruption, because that is still quite high, and it will just be worse the farther away we move from these regions. But it's still fun to have them. And then Setterlund also got a spy to help with the culture. Umbar retrained a bunch of stuff. Yeah, retrained some fleets, retrained a whole bunch of units all out the realm. Beautiful stuff. Khaldun, you got the Great Hall. So, might get the High Palace right away. Archery range is also going to be a good idea, but I am going to go for the Mason's Guild House first and foremost. Save time and money with all the other things that I need to buy. Almost 12,000 left. Dolamroth got the Armorer. And now I'm contemplating, we already have all the military buildings we want here, really. The only thing we could want more is the Ballista or Catapult Maker. I think this would be a time for either the dockyard. Yeah, I'm going to go with a dockyard. Increase the trading fleets and also help with naval recruitment costs and population growth, etc. So I think this is a very good building for us to get. Methrast. Warlord's Hall. That means guard barracks. Mines here suck, so I will not be getting them. And after the guard barracks, get the Great Hall. Queue up all these military buildings. Tirithoros. Nice. Already being retrained. Leather worker might be nice here. Some armor to some troops. Actually doesn't help that many. And let's see. Dolamroth, Methrast, Tirithoros, and Tarnos got the Great Hall. So what do we need for... Oh, we need the High Palace. Let's get the... actually, let's get the public fountains. That should... But with the population is already really high. 700 left. We have built a lot of stuff. Brethil. Actually, let's not queue up this building yet, because I want to prioritize recruitment if possible, like so. And that's Brethil. And Stulurtakan got the Sanctuary. Pelargir got a market. That's going to help a little bit with the eco. Beautiful. I'm also contemplating getting a public fountain here just to grow the population a little bit more. We can even jack up the taxes. But a practice range might be good here as well. Yeah, let's get that. And that's how we spend money, ladies and gentlemen. And faction announcements. A lot of new family members. With a lot, I mean 2. So that's great. And so many retinues. I'm not even keeping track of all of these anymore. And we are making a decent amount of money. Number 1 in overall and population and production. Now, I want to take out this army first and foremost. And you will be moving into Karastas. Let's see here how we want to play this. Don't think I will take you out and put you in, but we are already pretty low on archers in this settlement. So we need to get more archers and high tier ones at that. So let's take all of you to kill this Gondorian army first and foremost. Move out. And we should still be able to kill them and then move back. And you can be controlled by me. I don't think I'm gonna need you. Catapult, Gelin cavalry, and Lebanon Marines. This is an army that, while it looks small, it's still gonna deal a lot of damage due to the javelins, maybe some charges, and some catapult hits. But still, we need to kill them, and we're gonna make 300 gold in the process, and that's always a good thing. I don't want Gondorian armies just lurking about in our territories. I do not want that one bit. So, hold on to your shorts, Gondor, because here we come. I do like it that a lot of our army is starting to get more elite. But, as always with Gondor, we won't just be hanging back. Actually, let's put you on the other side because of the catapults and whatnot. So we will need to push and push hard. Man, I like the elite troops of the Ar-Âdunâim. They look so cool. Love it. Prepare to die. Indeed, they shall. And you might hang out with that cavalry as well. The cavalry's objective will be to take out the catapult as fast as possible, while our other troops, mainly the spears, will be pushing forward. And we also have some archers that we might use. Not really sure yet. And I don't know who the catapult will be aiming at. There we go. Now you can start moving right away. So. And you start moving as well, like so. And you start moving like so. Yeah, good enough. And with you, I would like to see if we can somehow get the attention of the catapult. Oh, they're already starting to shoot, so I will have my troops run, actually. Drop the phalanx formation and start running. And who are you aiming for? My elites? How dare you? Oof, that was way too close. And let's see if you can get just a charge off. This is just Gondorian cavalry. We should be able to retrain them pretty easily. The only problem is they will have quite a ways to run. And you run over here and front line. Just run in. And hopefully we can get just one charge off before they shoot. Come on. That's good. And then pull away right away. Good. And now you attack them, attack them, attack them. And I think our spears should be doing pretty well against their cavalry. I mean, attacking cavalry or fighting cavalry is pretty much exactly what they are meant to do, you know? The pikes and the spears. You run in, and you can blow the horn. They are gonna get quite a few javelins off, unfortunately. And I don't know if they actually got any kills in that process. You, get back here. Just need to catch them before they start throwing more javelins. We've already killed 31%. Most of the percentages are here, the Lebanon Marines, which I will be chasing. And you can charge them in the back. Looks like they won't be throwing any more javelins. There we go. Beautiful charge, and we will be doing that a couple more times. Let's see. Cavalry is dead on their end So now we can just push forward to the Lebanon Marines until they break. We've so far lost 1%. That I can live with. Go for another charge, please. And that should actually break them because they are already wavering. And kabush. Beautiful. I am going to continue this battle. That's the captain dead as well. Beautiful. And that should soon be everyone gone. I think we've already captured enough, haven't we? Yeah, we can let them, those 5 units live. Beautiful. Exit the battle. Lost 16 troops. I can live with that. Were they elites, though? Númenórean Shield Guard, Cohort, Alcaronda's Legion, not another Royal Guard. Yeah, those are, of course, the best we can get, basically. But also 8 Bellier Footmen, Gondor Cavalry Militia. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. And at least now our fort on this side of the river is safe. I would love to be able to quicker amass an army in Umbar to sail that one up to... I could sail that army up to Osgiliath. And then the army that is currently at Karasast would go for Minas Tirith. I think that would be swell. You go back in. And you can move into that fort for now. Great. Do we need to retrain something? We can retrain. I don't think it's going to add numbers, but rather only, yeah, some armor shenanigans. We are also getting the guard barracks in Karasast, which is going to help us out a lot. 700 gold left. Not really anything to do with that. We could just get more meat. I think that might be a good idea. We have no real units left behind here that we can send forward either. But we could easily train a lot of just early tier stuff here, as you can tell. I wonder, do we need you over on this side? I wonder if that was my thought process. To start moving you towards the fort. And you can get to Pelargir first and foremost. Then in the next turn, you can start moving for this fort. And you... Oh, I actually have troops in this army. That was swell. You drop off there, you get into Ostithil, and now I feel a heck of a lot safer. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Nothing here for us to blockade. And because Gondor doesn't have any ports here anymore, except for Minas Tirith, etc. But that is already under blockade, so you can actually challenge this one. Kill that one, and god dang, we sustained a lot of casualties. That is not good. Not good. And you can't move anywhere, but you can. So you attack them, sunk the ship, beautiful. Gondor has still a lot of fleets hanging about. That is something that we need to deal with post-haste. Also feels like we should ferry these troops instead of having them walk all this way. So I think that's what we're actually gonna do. One of you can go into Gobelmirlond. The rest go into this fort, save a little bit of money. And then we will need to get... We need to get a ship to take care of these guys. You into that fort, please. A lot of just small groups that are going somewhere. Not really moving any big armies. You can get there. I would actually like to get down here to get troops from both Gobelmirlond and from Khaldun. And we are not training any more fleets here, although I would very much like to do that. I don't even know, what am I giving you? That is very high for retraining. And I don't even know what it does, actually. If we give them any armor upgrades or anything like that. But still, that's a very hefty price tag for just giving them some armor, I think. Trait increases again. Now, what I want to do is go to our western front and take a look at what's going on there. 12 ships. You should be able to take that one down. Yep, sunk the ship. Eat crap, Gondor. Now, let's go over here. You will still be going to Anulond. They're actually massing up a bit of an army here. And we also see Boromir hanging out there. Cirith Ur has been redonkulously heavily reinforced. And maybe we should go for Tharagrondust with this army and just kind of box them in. And with you, I want you to go see if we can go up to Tharbad. If you can go all the way through, and then we could ferry fleets here and whatnot. And now, you still be moving. Because I want to make some money. We get 77 gold per turn. We need to find... The Shire has been reached. But somewhere around these parts, there is no longer a red circle around Hobbiton. But I do believe it should be around here somewhere. I think these are the pipeweed symbols, might be. You can start moving there. Good. Great start, great start. I don't really like this, though. Big-ass army in Cirith Ur, because we cannot siege them right away either. So I am actually contemplating moving back to Settlond. And await their next move, basically. I could try to go for Anulond with this army. But that opens us up quite hard to this army. Sometimes you just need to take a chance, I guess. So you can start moving down. I think all of these armies could theoretically reach us here, actually. So I would much prefer if you went this way. But this is the route that they chose. And that's what I'm gonna live with. And they are not happy here, which is not great. I should actually have focused a little bit more on Settlond. So I wonder if there is anything that I am building that I can cancel just to help with that. With this army there, I do actually really need to reinforce my western front a lot more. And I also need to be better at using my ships instead of just walking everyone everywhere. Now, that is not great. I mean, if they attack us, I think I'm not going to try to take that confrontation, because we don't have a general in this army, which we would desperately need in order to actually have a chance. So that's something I need to keep in mind in the next turn. Put some love into Settlond. Is there anything I could... Yeah, the High Palace here, for example. No, it's 4 turns left. And the practice range here. Maybe cancel that one. And see if there is something we can get. Yeah, practice range here instead. We don't even have enough culture for that. Okay, so let's just get the practice range in Pelargir while I can afford it. Actually, the fountains would be good because it would give our generals healing traits. But for now, I think we're done over here. We move the fleet, move the army down to Anulond instead, and you will be going for Tharagrondust. Great. And over here, I can still afford to build a tower. Over here, get a little bit more visibility, move back into Sturlurd-Sakand, and you will be going in there as well, just to keep it a little bit safe. Perfect. I think we are already done with this turn, actually. We have a lot of troops we need to move, and in the next turn, we will have even more. You go to Umbar. Could actually just hang out at the fort, but let's move you to Umbar. We have 4 troops here, including a general. We have 4 troops here. So we should soon actually have a strong enough army with basically only elites tier 2 or above to attack that settlement. Now I wanted to go to my building browser and see what auxiliary outpost I can get here. I need a blacksmith. Then I can get the Barracks of the True Sons. That doesn't affect the public order at all, but rather I will only be able to get higher tier units. And that's actually something that I want to get here. So, oh, Talon Knights. What in the, yeah. We're gonna get this one as soon as possible. So after we have been upgraded, then we're going for Blacksmith and Barrack of the True Sons. And we should be able to do the same thing here. Auxiliary outpost, but other units. Yeah, I've checked this out quite a bit. Actually, we don't get as many as we do from the Gondorian region. But still, we get some decent troops here. And then we can just spam like absolute madmen. And take over the... Okay, that was a crash. So I guess we'll need to restart the game. And I have no idea where it left off. So I'll be right back. Fortunately enough, I don't think there were too many things we missed because I've just been talking for way too long. So before anything else happens, I've never actually experienced that the game just crashes just like that, actually. You can stay here and then we'll reinforce from this. Let's end the turn again. Some troops that I forgot to move, but that's okay. I just figured, like, what if I have to fight the battle again or something? Now, I'm guessing that Gondor will attack us somewhere. It would be weird otherwise, because I do know that they actually have armies. They didn't attack us. Bride presented, sure. Raiders guild in Brethil. I would much rather get the Merchants Guild, honestly. In Brethil, that would give the melee weapon bonuses, right? And it's there. Let's get that. Why not? Marriage, beautiful. Recruitment report, Khaldun. Yep, you got a bunch of ballistae that will help us out with sieges. Faradharn, you got stuff that will be moving. Early tier stuff still. And Fanulond, you got some Númenórean troops. And all of you, I would like to... Okay. Orniven is moving out. I'm actually... Yeah, I'm gonna attack them on this here bridge. Wow. They have one general there, one general here, and the one there. They have a lot of troops. You'll be moving out, and so will you. Just move up as many troops as possible. And then we got Linhir. Also got some high quality troops that I will be moving towards Karasast. Because something's telling me that we are about to take some casualties over here. Get over there. And then Linhi Brethil, Dor Amroth. Yeah, just a bunch of retrained troops, really. Tirithoros, that is the interesting one. Because we need to move up to Ostithil. You'll be moving up as well. Now, let's take a look at the buildings real quick. A lot of retrained troops. Karasast as well. And we can get some basic stuff. And before I start even looking at the construction, I do realize that we need to put some love onto Setterlond. You don't have any growth currently because your squalor is redonkulous. Corruption is pretty high as well. Still, pretty high amount of cultural unrest. So, a siege works. I'm thinking a Warlord's Hall would be good here to help with population or public order. And also with corruption. I think that would be good. And maybe the squalor would decrease as well for whatever reason. So that's good. And now let's go through this. Umbar, army barracks right away. Not even thinking about it. Ethring, you got the guard barracks. So let's get them. And then get the practice range, I think. Military and whatnot. So practice range. I still need the high palace for the archery range, actually. So let's get that. And some trash might also be fun. And Tirithraid, you got upgraded, which is swell. So now I'm going to go for the Warlord's Hall here. Military investments. Good. We still have quite a bit of money left. You move towards Ostithil. You are already on your way, all of you. And we can get even more troops here, so I shall. Faction announcements, even more family members, even more retinue expansions. We are the strongest faction, which is great. Don't know why it was a runic image, but, you know, these things happen. You also want to look around. You're getting the army barracks now, and it's going to be ready in one turn, which is just swell. Now, I want to see if I'm missing out any buildings. High Palace here. Let's get that. And thinking that we are missing buildings on quite a few places, actually. Go over here first. We're building everywhere here. And just go to the overview and see where we are not building. Maybe I don't need to spend this much on building. I just feel kind of guilty because I put so much into military. Great Hall. And that's basically it. So now I can spend the rest on recruiting trash. Beautiful. Let's get some there. Settlon, we can't get anything there quite yet. On Galen, can get some stuff there, including a fleet, so I'm gonna get that. 2K, Calimbel, you are working on the guard barracks, which is gonna be very nice when we have that one built. Oh, yeah. Let's get just all of that and actually cancel some buildings as necessary. I do want the Warlord's Hall there. So let's cancel that one. And then we can train all these troops. 57 gold coins to spare. You keep moving on to Anilon, please. Hirithior, that garrison is still just hanging about. And we will get a little bit of a warning if they move towards Settlond. And then I will just take as many troops as possible and push into that settlement. You get in there already. Now they are a little bit happier. We are spending a crap ton of money on upkeep. Because all of these measures or security measures that we're taking. You cannot really drop... You can drop off troops there. So we shall do that. Come on. Yeah. Can we take this army out? Can't. Come on. Okay. You cannot drop them. Can you drop them here? No. But in the next turn, we will drop them and we will lay siege to Theragrondos. Then it's going to be spectacular because we will also lay siege to Anulond. What's it looking like over at Ostithil? They still aren't moving there, so I do feel a little bit safer. But we can also see that they are recruiting at Eastern Osgiliath, for example. But now, what we want to do is take this army out and fight a bridge battle. I am even contemplating putting these troops just behind them. Actually, so they shouldn't be able to move back then. Maybe they'll just shimmy over there. But these units are so, like, worn out, broken down, so it doesn't really matter too much. So let's take this army also, quick save, and attack that army. I will actually let you be controlled by the AI. And we'll be fighting you. You have Ballista, you have Trebuchet, you have a couple of archers, Ithilian Rangers, nothing to scoff at, Gondorian infantry, and stuff. I would like for them to charge over the bridge. But we'll see how it goes. Let's fight this one on the map. And we are going to lose quite a significant amount of troops, no matter how we slice this, I think. Because my micromanagement in the battlefield is not the best. And also they have artillery, which always sucks. I will not be charging over. But rather, if we get an opening to attack their artillery, I will send in some of our early tier stuff. I do like it that we are starting to get some high tier units in this army. Absolutely love that. You can join up with them. Like so. Actually, maybe we should put all the pikes together. Like so. And then we'll have some archers. You will be putting down stakes. Okay, that's not good enough. Deploy stakes. There we go. And then if the cavalry rides into this, it should be messy for them. Archers, let's see. They will have their shields, let me think, in the left, on the left side. So then we can put both of you over on, or their left side. So then we can put all of our archers on our left side, and we should be, and then we should be hitting where they don't have the shields. Have both of you ready to attack on one side, and I'm guessing that their artillery will be focusing on my higher tier troops. And you stand like so, you stand like so, you stand like so. They might actually go for these troops, which would not be the best, to be honest. Just get our troops into formation if they decide to start sallying forward. And you can place up like so. You up like so. Beautiful. And then, if we get an opening, I will send some Belaketh Axe Guards to attack their artillery. Can also have you reinforce on this side, and I think that's all troops moved. Let's just start the battle, and I hope, like I said, that they will just be running forward across the bridge. Possible. Looks like they will rather start shooting. Golly. You move back a bit more. Where did all the kills come from? Oh, the Athelian Rangers. Right. It looks like we are gonna have to be the one who charges over. So, that's what we're gonna do. All the melee troops move across the bridge, and this is going to hurt. I'm gonna send you in first. You will be running. I heard that one. And you move back. And yeah, this is not gonna be fun. I will have my reinforcements be aggressive, and their artillery is going to hurt a significant amount. Let's have you actually wait back here. Oh, all of you run. And just fast forward, because then it doesn't hurt as much. All of you move back. And now we're just plowing forth, basically. And this is going to suck tremendously. And there we go. Now we're starting to fight. And what are you shooting at right now? Oh, come on. What kind of accuracy is that? You took out so many of my poor Númenórean units. So now we're fighting here. Let's see if I can have you go for the trebuchet or something. Or you can go for that ballista. Just need to suppress the urge of sending my cavalry in. See if... No, you keep doing your thing. Do we have anything? You. Let's see if we can get you to run out on the flank. And you run out on this flank, please. Run, please. And attack them. So far, we've lost 9%, killed 8. You attack them. Do I have anything here? Yeah, you just push through. Because we need to silence the trebuchet. Please, someone, somewhere, something. Our reinforcements are actually not doing half bad. They are attracting a lot of the fire and taking it away from... taking their focus away from attacking my troops, which is great. Always great when that happens. And now I kind of don't like that we put these stakes there because... Oh, okay, just look at this. That sucks. But I guess that's just a way for the game to tell us that we need to start getting the trebuchets. More just artillery. We keep on plowing through. You can start pushing forward. Is anyone not really attacking anything? You are not doing anything. Where are you right now? Somewhere in the middle. Let's run you out to the side. You can run out to the side as well and attack the Athelian Rangers, because I think they are doing damage to me right now. Way more than I would like to. Captain's Bodyguard, we also have them over there. Now I think that we can be brave enough to send our archers forward. You just keep going after them. And you run up here and attack the trebuchet. There we go. Some of the infantry actually has done so well that they don't know what to do. We lost 20% of our troops. I just hope that is not too many elites that have been lost. Oh, huh. That's the captain. That's the captain. No worries. It's just the captain. But we also have the captain's bodyguard of the Gondorian army over there. And we are just going to town on them, basically. Our allies are also helping with cleaning up the Gondorian cavalry and whatnot, so they are doing fairly well. But this is just going to be a slugfest for quite a while now, I believe. What do we have over there? Gondorian infantry? Yeah, that's not going to be fun. Let's see if we can get you over there to help. We also need to break them, start getting some abilities to run around. I did tell you to attack them, didn't I? And never stop. Go after them forever. There we go. And you now can attack that ballista crew. Actually, let's have the archers attack you instead. That should work out a little bit better. Good. They just keep running back with their troops. I do really need my cavalry over on this side, but I think that they will just be dying in the stakes. I'm gonna risk it, actually. If the stakes works in this direction as well. And we'll know. It actually worked. Beautiful. So then I have something to chase after these pesky Ithilien Rangers. Númenórean shield guard are so tired. Shield, actually, looks like they might be coming forward. Cavalry will be going after them, and I think we will just be wiping out the army, basically. Also have Gondorian militia running away right now. You will be fighting them, so will you. And you will be running around the back. You can go for the captain's bodyguard as well. You will be running around the back as well. They are starting to get very, very tired. I'm just going to blow the horn, although I don't really think it has any effect, really. You can soak up some archer fire. There we go. Both of you will be shooting at the captain's bodyguard. But I don't think I want you to do that just now. Instead, run behind them if possible. Let's see if I can get you to attack the Gondorian militia. Doesn't look like that is the case. And charge them. There we go. Now, maybe... Yeah, they are still marching, and I will have my cavalry chase them to the edge of the earth, basically. To the ends of the earth. And we have killed 62, lost almost a fourth of our army. You run around, you run around, you keep going forward. Do you have anything here that is not fighting? Neither of you are fighting currently, so you can go after the Gondorian militia. And we desperately need to get a charge into the back of the captain's bodyguard right now. So we will have 2 units of Belliceth Axe Guards going in to attack them. And they are effective against armor, so hopefully we should be able to clear out the captain's bodyguard pretty quickly with them. How's it going for you right now? Still killing the Ithilien Rangers, who are down to 37. Man, I should have sent them up much sooner. I still don't want to send my general, though, because I'm not really sure at... I still don't trust the stakes that I put down. Lost a fourth of our army, but we will be able to replenish our numbers much easier than Gondor will. They need their units more than we need ours. And now, let's see, what do I want to start shooting at? Those Gondor militia, maybe? Actually, should have a very clear shot into their backs right now. Yeah, getting some kills. Also, most likely a lot of friendly fire. So let's see if we should maybe not do that and go for the Athelian Rangers instead. How many are left here now? 3. That's few enough for you to go after the Athelian Rangers over here. And as soon as we kill the general, I'm guessing that... No, what just happened? Misclicked. Where is the general? He's somewhere around here. I need to see. There we go. Captain's bodyguard. Go after him. Very few left. Beautiful. We are going to clear this one out, losing a third of our army, but their entire army will be killed. So that's good for us. You run around the back. Beautiful. Enemy general is dead. Now basically their army should collapse, I hope. We will continue the battle just to make sure that we capture as many as possible. And we also get some more experience. The Gondorian cavalry militia is getting a lot of experience, but they also lost a decent amount of troops. They only had one general, so we can still maybe run after them just for funsies. 98% of the army is dead, which means that 100% of it is dead. And I also hope that we will heal some troops. That would be swell. And when I've captured the captain's bodyguard, yeah, they actually managed to run away. Let's exit the battle. See, we healed 5% out of 30. So not a lot, but a much more than 2%. So we lost 900 troops, approximately. That is a lot. But we killed more than we lost, so I guess that counts for something. I want to see the kills or the casualties on my high-tier troops. Númenórean Shield Guard. Yeah, I thought they healed all 34, but no. They lost 34. Now the Royal Guard lost 19. The MVPs are the Númenórean cohort on 263 kills, by the way. But we lost a lot of the Beligeir footmen and pikemen and Beliketh axe guard, etc. And that is fine. It's these ones that I don't like seeing. A lot of Númenórean shield guard and cohort dead. But they are just tier 2, so they aren't really unstoppable. And I think their artillery hurt us quite a lot as well. But at least that's one army taken care of. And we will be able to reinforce this one quite rapidly, actually. And we also need to keep in mind that Gondor still has a bunch of armies left, apparently. But I guess, I mean, they are fighting Isengard in the west and Mordor in the east, so it's understandable that they have other places where their armies needs to be, except just fighting me, you know. Can we retrain anything? It's good that we will get the guard barracks already in the next turn, so we can retrain some of these troops. And I would also like to... I don't know how to... I don't really know how to give experience to these. If okay, 31, 40, 48. Okay, so I could do this. And then I can retrain this entire unit in the next turn. You can give some experience to them, and then I can retrain you, and that will be swell. Then we can just retrain some of these troops. Great, now our money is gone, and in the next turn we will retrain these 2 units, and then we should be almost solid again, because we didn't really use a lot of our higher tier infantry. So that is great. But Gondor, of course, still has some healthy armies left. It would be very nice to move this army out, actually. But first, we need better culture. And I think that's all we wanted to do in this turn as well, right? And, okay. Harad is actually moving on Imlad Karnan. I would love to be there to help them, actually. But if I move out this army, it's actually happy enough even without him in there. That is very good to know, because then I can get more troops in Tirithraid, like a full stack, just leave 1 unit behind, and then start throwing bodies on Imlad Karnan until they have nothing left, basically. And if we move you out of Hadanur, that also works. Although we are missing out on quite a lot of money in taking you out, like 700, 600, something like that. Largir, you have troops as well. Have a lot of units here to just join up into one sorry little army. But that's good, because we are gonna throw bodies on Gondor until we've won, basically. Now, Brethil, do you still need the agent? You have 79% culture, so you really do not. Karasast, I think you also have 50% culture. You have one agent in there as well. I'm gonna move both of the agents here westward. We do have one in Serelond. We have one in Kalembel. I need to be a bit better at using my agents to boost culture. Longalen, we also have one actually helping out with the culture. So let's keep these guys here. But I feel like I said, you're good enough. So let's move into Karasast first and foremost. Could even try to send them into to like Minas Tirith or Osgiliath, because I think that would be hilarious if we managed to take Osgiliath like that. But first we have a bunch of Gondorian armies to kill. You will be laying siege next turn, so will you. Kirith Yor still not moving. So I think we should be ready to... You can move into Sturlur Sakand. And I don't really want to move you too far, because they hate it when you're not there. Even if we... Actually, we can put it on low tax rate. And then we can put you there. Build a tower. And over there, build a tower. And then I think it's good enough, so we'll be moving you back to Sturlur Sakand. Quick save, and then the turn again. Right. A lot of things that I forgot to move. Sorry about that. I just get so excited. So I forget to do basic things, like moving troops and whatnot. And still, once again, we need to keep an eye on Gondor and see what they decide to do. Oh, you're making it too easy, buddy. We are gonna kill... Oh, they will actually be getting some reinforcements. And now it's good return to Mordor. That is great for us. I don't want Raiders Guilds. Tarnost. Actually don't want a Raiders Guild, so I'm going to decline that one. Hopefully it's not the only option we're going to get. Olameroth got more stuff. Keep just recruiting these elite units that we'll be using. Tirithoros also got units that will be moving. Actually, let's move it down to Tirithraid now that we know that those units can actually... That army can move out. And Ethring, you also got some basic units that will be moving west to Settlond. Very, very good. You move as well. And let's see now, Ethring, Fanulond, just so many troops that we are just getting, basically. You can stand there. And then, let's see, this army can jump on that ship. So can you. And then the ship can start moving over here. Linhir, yep, that's the troops that I already moved. Brethil, beautiful. Now you actually have quite a few healthy enough troops. So let's see how we want to play this one. We do have a lot of reserve units here. You join up with them. Almost have an entirely full stack here. That is great. Very, very nice. Brethil, Karasast, you have just retrained a bunch of things, and now you'll be retraining them, and just retrain everything you can, basically. Now we can get the army barracks right away. That is swell. Karasast is gonna be so cool to use in attacking Gondor. Construction, Gobel Tolfalas, nice. Train that, and spend mad amounts of money. There we go, and then we're just gonna ferry them over. Tia Khan got some communal farming, and I'm actually thinking about military garrison, but that is expensive as heck. Anything cheaper we can get? Practice range, why not? It's something, right? Ethelond also got the army barracks. We get all of that, then we were pretty much broke. Vanilon, you got an in, so you should be able to get a spy, but you can't because the agent limit is reached. Pelargir, practice range. Not really something more we want to do about that. Public fountain might be good, but I still have 1,000 left that I want to see if I can do something more fun with. Like in Karasast, for example. But I've already started retraining those troops, so I think we should be fine. Ostithil, get the practice range here as well now, because you're not going to have good enough culture. We can retrain them. And now we have 1,000 gold left. I'm going to save this battle. Let's see. None of you can actually move to reinforce this army. But I would like to kill Kamidir, and if we just hang out... They also have artillery. What's up with all this gosh darn artillery? But I do want to attack them. And if we lost 30% in the last battle, we're going to lose a heck of a lot more in this one. But you can actually reinforce as well, so that is good. That's 4 units that we don't need to take out of here. So you can stand right there for starters. Good. And then we'll take just this army -4. Join them up there and then attack Kamidir and have a big old battle there. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's take a look at this flank. We can see that Captain Egalmoth is actually moving out. But we will lay siege to Anulon right now. Get some rams. Get some ladders. And maintain the siege. You cannot reach us in 1 turn. So we will take this time. Build all of the siege equipment. And then just use the ballistas for the towers. And plow through, basically. This is what's fun, though. Because let's see if a full stack of trash can kill Boromir. The balance of power is actually in our favor. And he is alone. And then we have these troops. So I'm actually going to fight this one. But first of all, no battle on a full bladder, so I'll be right back. Now, it's important to remember here that we don't have a general. We have mostly trash, and Boromir has the Osgiliath veterans. You can use sharpened stakes. They have excellent stamina, excellent morale, 13 melee attack, 25 defense, and they have a lot of troops. But I will just try to pelt them with as much arrows as possible. They have 11 armor and 6 shield. So it's not going to be easy, but we're just going to do the best. Here they only have Gondor spearmen and regular arch militia, and we do actually have some tier 1 units as well that should be able to counter these ones. So this is going to be a lot of fun if it works out. Then it would be so awkward for Boromir, favorite son of Gondor and the faction leader. I think he's still the faction leader. Just getting brought down by trash. And I wonder if this is where we're meant to have the fight. Yes, no, maybe so. All the archers, and we have quite a few. Stand out on a big, beautiful line. And then you are actually the captain, so I'm gonna have you spread out and back here. And then, let's see, we have some actual line infantry. We have a bunch of flanking troops. A lot of flanking troops. We have thousands of units. So much trash. And just start the battle. And I need for you to start shooting at the Osgiliath veterans as fast as possible. So start moving up. If he's moving towards us, that's great. But it's still going to have much better range than we will, basically. Come on. Oh, we are losing so many troops. There we go. Just start shooting, please. Oh, come on. Start shooting. And if we can start getting kills on them just doing this, that would be swell. You move up a little bit. Come on. And the same thing goes for you and you. Gondor Spearman is actually coming in, so I will have you fighting them while the archers still shoot at the Osgiliath veterans. I don't think we've actually been able to get any kills on them, though. But just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. We have so far lost 8% of our troops, and I feel like I'm stressing a little bit. You start moving up as well. You can stand over here, and then you will just be plowing through the center, basically. Why are we shooting such awful volleys, I wonder? It's because we're not through yet, isn't it? You. Okay, you run over there like so. We need to spread out our troops a lot more, so we're actually able to get decent shots off. Okay, where are you going right now? We have lost 11%, killed 1%. Looks like... Have we actually gotten kills on them? No, that can't be. That's just the Gondorian spearmen. You attack them, you attack them, you attack them. Clear them out. You keep shooting at the Osgiliath veterans, please. And now I'm completely fine with losing a shit ton of troops. That is basically what this army is meant for. You run over here, please. And you can help out there. Yeah, but we are not killing as many troops as they are. You can run over here. You can run over here. I don't want the archers in melee because that would not end well. You get over here. You get over here. And these archers are actually able to shoot pretty freely right now. And it looks like most of them actually have decent volleys. And we've killed 2 Osgiliath veterans. Look at that. Most importantly right now, we just need to bloody them up significantly. All of the Belaketh Axe Guard, I need you to just keep running around the flank so we can attack Boromir from 2 different directions, really. And you get over here. And you are in melee again, which I don't want to see. Archer Militia, I wonder, are you out of ammunition, perchance? Let's send in the Belaketh Axe Guard to deal with them. And we will be attacking Boromir from all kinds of different directions. Oh! You're actually fighting us. That works. Belaketh Axe Guard, get ready again. On which side is Boromir? Because I think it would be hilarious if we are able to actually charge him down. He's all the way over here, isn't he? There he is. Favorite son of Gondor. You get over here. The archers are still shooting. We have killed 10, 11 actually, of the Osgiliath veterans. And that is not the general, it's not Boromir, it's just the captain of the other army. So you keep moving forward to attack them. You are winded though, so it's gonna be as bad as it possibly can get right now. You keep going after them, and now it would have been awesome to have cavalry. And let's see if we can move you through here. You can actually shoot them instead. You can shoot them as well. And now we're just going to encircle, ensnare, and kill Boromir. And we are going to blow the horn as well. Increase the speed a little bit. We have almost taken 100 prisoners. That's not really enough. Keep fighting the Osgiliath veterans. They are actually dropping pretty quickly right now. Some of them are even running away.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Guard mode. And we have killed 68%. But I think, yeah, the first army is going to survive because enough units ran away, basically. So we won't get the settlement, but if we just kill Boromir and can lay siege with the rest of the army, I think that's gonna be good enough. Everyone except you. He'll work on the... Oh, come on. Ah. Kill them. Misclicks on misclicks. And now we're gonna lose a bunch of troops, but it looks like we're actually getting quite a few kills. Only Osgiliath veterans. And we've lost almost a third of our army. We just need to kill Boromir to make it worthwhile. That is not... Where's the bastard? Over here, right? Slow everything down. Yep, that's him. And I want you, most importantly, to go after him. You two as well. All of the melee troops go after him, because right now you're fighting archers, and that's just too easy for you. Let's have you try to run around and make sure that it doesn't escape somewhere. And then he is bloodied up, so that's at least something. And fast forward again. Hopefully we can kill him. You stop. Beautiful! An army of trash killed Boromir. That army is not gone, but Steward Boromir very much is. And we took a serious amount of casualties, but I'm fine. That's what this army is for. Just trash to throw into the meat grinder, and hopefully we get a golden goose egg somewhere, and this is absolutely one of them. Fighting Boromir in an army would suck. I didn't even hear his ability, to be honest. But maybe he used it somewhere. And we are going to execute you, of course. Gondor's leader is dead. Enemy camp sacked. Now we're going to lay siege to Tharagrundost, and we are just going to get a bunch of rams. And even get some ladders. And now we're going to siege it. And then I'm actually going to auto-resolve it. Just to minimize the risk of us losing a bunch of units due to the towers. This is a bit scary, but I feel pretty confident that we should be able to take this settlement faster than, or before they are able to reach us to reinforce. Great. You are there. You could actually theoretically reinforce them. We could even try to send a ship to reinforce, but I do like having a bunch of troops here to help if... Oh, they've actually cut the army of Kirith EUR in half, which means that we should be able to get enough troops to go and lay siege to them. And then we should be done, unless, of course, Gondor has taken a lot of territories here. Have I already gone through all of these? Indeed I have. Indeed I have. So we can just cross down this. Faction announcements, new family member, retinues, la-di-da. We are even #1 in military right now. So I think... I mean, it also would be a lot of fun if we lay siege to Osgiliath, just lock Captain General Halvan faction heir right now. But he has a decent amount of units. If we just blockade them in here, I think that would be hilarious. Can we even reach Osgiliath? We can. The problem is I don't know how many we can take out, because if we lay siege to Osgiliath, I think they should be able to hold for X amount of turns. They can't sally out. Or they can sally out, of course, but they're not going to get any help from Captain General Halvan. That would be if they get any assists from Karandros, but they look pretty weak right now. I think I actually want to try this. Let's see. If we take out the entire army... Okay, the entire army can't actually move out. Who is it that don't want to move? Everyone except the Balaketh Axeguard, huh? So, quick save. And then if we move out, they're at 60. Okay, what if we move you into Ostithil? We just need 65. We just need them to get to 70. Can we get any cavalry over there to help? 65 still. I'm getting greedy right now. You'll be moving to Ostithil as well. What if we don't really have anything else we can move all the way over to Ostithil? So I will be dropping back some troops just until they're at 70. We could also just move the capital to Baladharn, for example. That should help, unless it also affects the happiness of Sia Khan and Sturlursa Khan. Sturlursa Khan is a bit vulnerable right now, but I do want this. So you move back as well. We can take like units that are bit. There we have it. That is 70. You lay siege to Osgiliath, get a bunch of stuff, and then just hold this siege. Good. That is, I feel good about that, because General Halvan won't be able to help unless he goes around Karandros, and then we will already be attacking Eastern Osgiliath. And you will be happy enough, because I say so and I hope so. The culture will also, like, it will grow. So that is going to help out a bit as well. Can we send any agents? Hadanur 64. Yep. I will be sending you into Ostithil to help with culture growth. Thread, you shouldn't need... Yep, you're at 76. So I will take this agent, move you over to Ostithil as well. And we are going to move out with this army when it's strong enough. For sure. Actually, oh, with the army barracks we'll be able to retrain them. Now we have a ship. Don't know how strong that one is, but I'm actually going to take all of you lads on board that ship. And then in the next turn, we will be sailing with this one. We will be sailing it up here, and hopefully we'll be able to drop them off. You are already on your way, which is great. And we need to wrap up this episode. Yes, so we haven't taken any more territory. We are laying siege to Anilond. We are laying siege to Tharagrundost. We are laying siege to Eastern Osgiliath. But what we have done is we have killed the faction leader of Gondor, Captain Boromir, or General Boromir, Captain Boromir. And that feels great. That is a massive threat that we have now cleared out. And in the next episode, I'm guessing that we will have a couple of battles around here. We will have a couple of battles around here. And we will also be pushing with more troops. So maybe we will be able to kill this army and then lay siege to both to Western Osgiliath and Minas Tirith. I don't really know how we're going to play that. But something like that. It would be nice to start pushing out. Now we actually start having some pretty healthy armies. Fanulond, can we get any trash here? Oh, we can get better than trash. We can get Númenórean cohort. And we are getting a lot of elite troops from both Dolamroth and in Ethelond and in Gobel Tolfalas. So we are building really strong armies here, and I couldn't be more excited. I love this part of the campaigns. Is just the best, actually, because now it feels like you have a little money, you get the ball rolling, and it just feels a lot better than in the beginning when you can't get money fast enough, you get attacked all the time, and you don't really have the resources to do what you want to do. Speaking of resources, you are already here, 630. Can't get anything better, huh? Well, at least you are here. Trading, Hobbit, Farmstead, 630. I think that's what we get. And the tradecraft is going to increase. And with that, hopefully, the money that is going to make as well. Because you have been walking for years just to make a net income of 130. But at least you're here now. And soon we should... Actually, we can't see your retinues. I would love to know where the heck the ring is. But hopefully we'll learn that in an episode or two. We're also making the army barracks there. I will not be retraining you because I don't know what it does. Could it be an armor upgrade maybe? Let's just try. I'll remember here that, okay, yeah, it's weapons upgrade, right? It's the weapons upgrade, so you can get that. You already have it. And, yeah, we will just be spewing out more, getting a general. I'm not gonna need that here, but I am gonna need that in Dol Amroth if I can queue that up. No, I can't. I need to get it down here. To queue up a general as well. We will keep just spewing out troops. I will not be doing many more expansions on the eastern front right now because I think I'm helping like Harad enough right now. If they attack me, I'm gonna defend myself, of course, and eventually I'm probably gonna renege on my word and start pushing out here as well. Retrain troops, please. But that's for another story and another turn and another episode. So you can also move. You will be moving to Ostithil as well. Feels like a lot of things are gonna go down here. And you, already, yeah, I've said like 19 times, so I'm gonna cut off the episode. So I'm gonna do that now. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. I will see you in the next one.